La de la mala suerte siempre soy yo, she thought. Of course, this would happen now. José Alfredo had invited her to the quinceañera of Dulce Ramirez. He was not given to socializing, and the girl was not a relation. As such, the invitation was a great concession. An overture, really. He had asked Pilar as a peace offering after months of her unspoken grievances. That suited her very well. Everyone in the Caimanes neighborhood would see that. Though Pilar was 8 months pregnant, with their second child, her husband yet treated her as a lover. Only, the quince was the third Saturday in August. Pilar woke the morning of the dance with feet gone puffy as fresh biscuits. Now she sat on the front steps of her comadre Romy Muñoz's house, pouring Epsom salt into the bucket while her 5-year-old son Joselito zinged pecans into the street. Half the neighborhood was probably watching her, but what could she do? Romy was cooking beans for the evening festivities, so the house was like a sauna. Leave them in for at least 30 minutes, Romy said from behind the kitchen screen door. If it doesn't work, I'll lend you a pair of mine. All right, Pilar agreed, a little queasy from the heavy pork fat scent of the simmering beans. But get out of the kitchen or I'll have to do your hair all over again. Ya mero. Romy disappeared into the kitchen again. Pilar rolled her eyes. It wouldn't be a minute, she knew. She'd arranged Romy's hair in pin curls, carefully wrapped the hairdo in a kerchief. But it would be flat by the time the party started. Romy, so clever at organizing and problem-solving, siempre era descuidada about her appearance. Romy simply didn't care about how she looked. True, she was 47, 2 decades older than Pilar. Maybe you stopped caring in middle age. Maybe it happened along with a thickening waist and canas. Still, Pilar couldn't imagine not caring about her looks at any age. Pilar flexed her toes in the water, willing them back to normal size. Romy's shoes were likely serviceable rather than elegant, but what else was there? None of Pilar's own shoes fit, except her battered old huaraches. The idea of wearing them to the dance appalled her. She'd put together a smart outfit for tonight, a dark blouse patterned with tiny yellow daisies and an oversized gold collar bow. A pair of trim black cotton trousers. She'd sewn an elastic panel into the waist just for this party. She'd wear her hair loose, parted in the middle, with rosette curls at each side of her forehead, just like Maria Felix. Joselito darted her way, plunging a handful of pecans between her puffy feet. Water splashed them both in the face. He chortled, hair plastered to his forehead, a damp stain across the front of his shirt like a bib. No, mijo, she scolded, but without conviction. Her head was tender in the oppressive heat, and her own voice sharpened the pain. Joselito grabbed a fold of her cotton dress and punched the water again. Joselito, she murmured, trying to pull his fingers loose. Be good for Mommy. She should stay home tonight. She was that tired already. Why would anyone want to have a celebration in the full zenith of La Canicula, the scorched earth misery of the hottest weeks of the year? Every day, so wretched that the neighborhood dogs crept beneath houses to pant out their misery. The sky, so eye-wateringly brilliant it wasn't even blue, but a fierce yellow-white. No, she must go, or José Alfredo would not invite her again. He would say, I asked, you said no.